In the last video you learned how to do the lip, how to detail the lip. So in this video you are going to learn how to sculpt the face. I might take 2 videos to complete this. So let's say in this video I'm going to start sculpting the face. We have already discussed all these different type of skin details on the face. So we are going to use the free skin brushes, and for the face we are going to do on different passes. So there won't be any single alpha which I'm going to apply and it's done. It's not like that. I'm going to do details pass by pass. Means I'm going to add a normal skin, then I'm going to add some pores on top of that. I'm going to add some raised pimples on top of that. So it's gonna be kind of layering. Okay, so I'm going to start with a base skin. So let's start that, and I'm going to use this one. So with this brush pack you have already this indication. So these are brushes, you just need to double click, and they have already shown where to use these brushes. Like these brushes should use on the forehead, and they have the name there, straight and wrinkles and pores, like those. So I'm going to put this ROU noise. So let's double click. So again this is with an alpha and drag rect. Now I just need to drag on top of the screen, and now make sure I'm in a different layer. So now it's lip, so I'm going to take a new layer for the skin. Let's give name, so base skin. Let's see. So now I'm going to add it. So for the base skin I'm going to use symmetry, because it would be a very low layer, and on top of that I'm going to add a lot of things, so you cannot notice the symmetry thing. So make sure you have the symmetry. Now I'm going to drag on top of the face. You can see this very light version of skin variation. So I'm going to put this everywhere except the lip. Obviously I'm going to put it everywhere as a base skin. So let's say I don't put some specific details somewhere, still I have something very light. You can see already. Again you can change the intensity, obviously. Okay, so here you can see I have added that base skin everywhere. So now I'm going to add some pore details to this region of this cheek. So as you can see we have some clean pores there. For that pore I'm going to use this brush, which is the spikes brush. So let's double click to activate that, and now I'm going to use that here on the face. And if you drag it by default, now it's set to, you can see, drag spot. Let's increase the intensity so that you can see it. So when you drag you can see how it behave. It's like dragging, it's not like the drag rect. You cannot scale the size here, and it's kind of raised bumpy skin. So I want the opposite here. So I'm holding Alt, then I can put some pores. I'm going to decrease some intensity, And obviously you can change the brush size to put some bigger alpha like this. So this area should have some kind of pores like this. And obviously change the intensity with every brush stroke so that it can randomize, and obviously the size as well. So you can see I have added some pores. Again, you can add this pore to the nostril side area. You can see this area. So let's add that as well. And you can add this on top of the nose as well. When again you come to this center, make sure you don't use the symmetry, otherwise it will look very odd. So let's turn up the symmetry and put some alpha there. Usually the nose tip tend to have some kind of pores, something like this. And here you can put the opposite one. Again, opposite one means the by default one, so don't hold alt here. And I'm going to put some, let's put some low intensity. So here I'm going to put some bumpy skin. You can see very subtle, but very important to have. Again, I can put that on the nose here somewhere. Let's something like this. You can see now I have the pores here on this cheek area and this nose nostril area and this tip area, and here we have some raised bumpy skin. You can see here, and even you can put that bumpy skin on this area as well. So eyes on this area, everybody has bumpy skin. So let's increase the brush size here, and let's turn on the symmetry and intensity. Okay, with less intensity, let's put some small size bumpy skin here and there. Okay, so then we're going to add some roughness to the cheek area. You can see there are so many bumpy pimple marks and some rough skin, you can say. So I'm going to add some roughness to this cheek area. So let's see which brush we can use. Here you can see some cheek indication brushes, so I can use those things. Let's say I'm going to use this pore one. There is a brush called ROU pores. This one, we can use this one to add some roughness there. So so again you can see I'm dragging the brush. Here you can see I'm damaging that skin area, and see I'm making that rough skin there. So you can see usually this cheek area is rougher because of the pimples. Okay, so here we added that rough cheek. So let's put some details to this chin area. So there is a brush for that. So I believe that is this one. So let's again turn off the symmetry because this is the center area. I might need to increase the brush size, the brush intensity. And here I'm putting some big forms with a big brush. You can see kind of this one. I think that's fine. And then I'm going to add some pores here on this area. So again, let's change this brush to, again we can change from here, the spike is there. So let's put some rough pores there. Usually this area has pores. I think I should increase it. And to protect the lip, you can mask the lip, mask it roughly, and then let's put some directionality to this forehead skin area. So we don't have any directionality, so let's go to this street wrinkle brush here. So let's go, and you can see from this alpha there is no directional wrinkles. So I'm going to add some directional wrinkles to this forehead area and other areas. So let's press X to turn off, and here you can see some directional wrinkles. Very important to have on this area. So let's, and on this forehead area you can see directional wrinkles. Let's press X. So I'm going to use that same alpha here to get some directional wrinkles. Okay, something like this. And again you can use that same alpha other areas to get the directional wrinkles, kind of very fine wrinkles, you can say. Or I think there is a brush for that as well. So let's go to this straight smoke. I think this one. You need to just check these things. So you can see there is some directionality to the skin. So here you can see I just chose this brush, which is this rough cellular brush. Again, this is again a good brush to give some skin quality. So I'm going to use that on top of these areas. You can see this detail. Just follow this where this you should use. Just follow, you will be fine. So I'm going to use some here. And here you can use some directional alphas. So I'm going to use, let's see, straight smoke. No, I don't want this one. So again, let's go back to this and let's choose this brush. Okay, so now I'm going to add some pimple marks. So I'm going to use by default standard brush with no alpha, and I'm going to do those manually. And this time I'm going to turn off symmetry. So let's add some pimple marks, some big forms, some big interest areas. So now I'm going to add some pores to this forehead area. So let's go and add some pores. So let's see which brush I can use. So there is a brush called compress pores for those areas. So let's try that. So just experiment with all these brushes, and they have already shown where to use, but still you can experiment. So I'm going to use this with a less intensity. And when you drag the alpha, try to give variation by scaling, dragging a bigger and smaller with less intensity and different intensity.